Right, I'm your live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Currie Cup semi-final number 2. And we're over at Loftus as Nizam Khan leads the Bulls out to see who, between the Bulls and the Sharks, will face the Lions next weekend in the Currie Cup final at Ayers Park. We've had that game that has been played. It was a very up and down game. It was a bit of a close shave for the Lions at times, who actually had to come back from 14-0 down to win that game. And the Bulls, who are probably the favourites and at home, will probably want to make sure that they start a lot better than the Yukske neighbours. But very good two teams that have been put out today with Zamkar captaining the Bulls, Vincent Tuka captaining the Sharks. But very interesting to see how they go, because both teams are kind of diverted back to their kind of URC squads now at the end of the Currie Cup, which is always a bit of a weird kind of vibe in terms of, you got all these youngsters, for example, who play throughout the season, and they kind of get you to this situation, and all of a sudden your URC players coming back from pre-season, they can't take over, and they get all the glory. So it's always a bit of a weird one, and you got to try and get the balance right, I think, because I think sometimes when you bring your URC team in inverted commas, from the fringes, it can actually backfire, because some of these players haven't been playing, for example. They're not sort of, they're not match fit, they're not match sharp, I think is also a very, very good point in terms of that, of playing enough rugby recently. So it can sometimes backfire, where sometimes players who've been playing week in, week out are in many ways a lot better of an option when it comes to a game where you've got to start well, you've got to get going nice and early. So Sharks playing right to left as Siamasuku gets things underway, goes down that right-hand side. It'll be an early touch for the Bulls captain, Nizam Khan, who was tackled by a corner roll. And Instuka, we'll look at the two sides in a bit, as Ambrose Pierre, Keegan Young's rather, will look to go to find touch potentially. No, he's going to keep that competitive. Was it just going to find? It will find touch. Let's go through the team, shall we? For the Bulls, it is Dylan Smith, Akafana Merva, and Vilko Lowe. Jonas Kirsten, Paulus Kubas Visa, who's been a mainstay in this Currie Cup side. Marcus Garcia, Nizam Khan, Cameron Hanekom continues to make his return from injury. Probably missed out a couple of Springbok caps as a result of that injury, but he is back and ready to go. King Jan's will partner Jan Hursley comes into the side. Trevino Jacobs, Katlejo Letabile puts Chamberlain in the back three. Letabile, a late change to the side. David Creel will partner Stedman Hans in what is the usual URC sort of loose trio. A bit of a slip there from Faisal Barty, who starts the number 2 jersey today on the back of that rolling more. Once is the call. King Hans is there. It's a good pass there from Davis, finding I think it was Edwin Cater actually in the midfield there. No. Yeah, Brady Davis on the left-hand side. Good offload there. And Shimasuka find a bit of space there. Good tackle coming from Nizam Khan. And Unu decides to go himself. Akabana Merva, Stephen Khans eventually sort of bringing him down. Good momentum this year from the Sharks. Andre Esterhazen goes to Jordan Hendricks, so he gets away from one. Starting at 15 today is Hendricks. Going himself as Pepsi Buthelezi, the newly capped Springbok. Ball backwards. Flat from the Suku to corner roll in the number 4 jersey. And a man over the ball. That is Cameron Hanekom, who is so good at the breakdown. And he wins the first penalty of the game after a good, solid, almost 2 minutes of momentum from the Sharks. If you look at the Sharks 15, it is Instuka Kunu, Fezan Bato, Henry Jacobs, who's very, very highly rated as Henry Jacobs, keeping Trevor Nyakane on the bench. Are the Sharks. If you look at the second row, it's corner roll next to Emil van Heerden, then James Fenter, Vincent Tuka, and Pepsi Buthelezi. Very strong back row there. It's Vincent Tuka captaining the side today. Brady Davis with partner Sia Masuku. Ethan Hooker's on the wing today, actually, with Andre Estes and Francois Fenter, the centre combination, Edwin Cater, and then Jordan Henderson closing out the side. If we look at the bench, it is Ethan Bester, Dian Brula, Trevor Nyakane, Gebrand Krobler, Emmanuel Tuka, Tian Meyer, Lionel Cornier, and Little Bester, the youngster, as well as an option. And a bit of a messy lineup, but it eventually forced Jan Koos to go short to Marcel Garcia, who's wrapped up by Vincent Tuka in the midfield there. Ball over the top for him, Johannes, and Ethan Hooker gets across and makes a good take. Interesting to see how he goes out on the wing. Ethan Hooker usually plays at rugby in the centres, but they've got a lot of centres to try and fit in, given the fact that you've got Andre Esterhazen and Francois Fenter in the starting lineup. You've got Ethan Hooker to worry about, and you've got Lakanya who will make his return back to the Sharks after the Rugby Championship for the URC. And a bit of a miscommunication there, and Nizam Khan takes it pretty well, but is hurt. I don't know if it's concussion or if it's just a knock here from Nizam Khan. I think he's all right. He's going to get up here. That was the initial reason they stopped. I don't actually think it's a head injury here from Nizam Khan. So it's going to be a scrum here for the Bulls, I'd imagine. Springbok captain Adam Carr also represents South Africa at the 2011 Junior Championships, but has got about 7 or 8 Springbok caps to his name as well. AJ Jacobs, the referee today, saying that no, we can have a bit of treatment. You've got a bit of time. Let's get yourself sorted out. We will resume with a scrum when we do get back underway. We've got a poll in the comments, by the way. Who are you supporting, Bulls or Sharks? 189 votes. So go and vote and let us know who you are supporting. We're going to close that poll in about 7 minutes at the 10-minute mark, and then we're going to put a new poll up asking you who you think is going to win. If you have any score predictions, get them down in the comments now as well. See what everybody reckons is going to happen in this game. As I said, very, very close game we saw between the Lions and the Cheetahs. So hopefully we'll see something of a sort of similar quality in this game this afternoon. Yeah, still not entirely happy as Zamkar. He is trying to walk it off, but definitely not hundreds. Very interesting to see how set piece goes. Insukatuna versus Vilkolo. Now they had Henry Jacobs taking on Dylan Smith. So the youngsters of the Sharks against the more experienced front rows in Vilkolo and Dylan Smith. A lot of that power coming from the second row as well. Corner roll packs a good punch. Johannes Kirsten's not a small man either. Pretty solid so far. Johannes looking for options. He goes down the left-hand side too. David Creel at first receiver gets away from Masuku, brought down, but Bradley Davis getting involved. Now, good carry that coming from Kubas Vista now. The ball at the top of Johannes Kirsten, bit of space now. Let's be there now. That's a nice carry from him. Keegan Johannes almost leaving it behind. Flat towards Vilko Low. Corner roll, and James Fenter bringing him down. But quick ball once again from Keegan Johannes. Now almost a bit of space for Kubas Vista. Pick up and go from Marcel Kutsia. Working hard. A couple of players on the ground, trying to win the ball on the ground. Penalty advantage for the ball. Slow ball here for Johannes. He goes to the left-hand side. Jan Koolsen dabs over the top, and it's going to be too much. Aaron Keita with a bit of pressure on from Shavino Jacobs. They call Rocket Man. Shavino Jacobs, the nickname for him over at the Bulls. But you really see the speed over there from the Bulls. Trying to up the ante. Right, they're going to take the points here. The Bulls. This playoff rugby after all. So Jan Koolsen has called for his kicking team. He's going to just try to take the 3 here and get going. Yeah, no issues from him. He pops it over, and Bulls take an early lead in the 6th minute of the game. Of some very, very good early pressure. And a bit of an issue there from AJ Jacobs, and Sima Masuku is going to have to help him get his mic put into the pocket there. Right, back on the right-hand side goes the Sharks. Having Honeycomb this time underneath it. But Keegan Johannes now with the base of the ruck, and he's about to say, it took a long time there, and he's going to be able to get there. Meal fun here, and he's going to get there. They're going to score here, the Sharks. That's really poor from Keegan Johannes. Took an absolute age, it felt, to get that, to try and get to that box kick. And he's been charged down by Emil van Heerden, who's then ran after it and dotted down. And I'll tell you what, that's an absolute coach killer. There's one thing you want to do after you go score points, and that is receive the kickoff, get it back down the field, secure it nice and early, and they've just not done that at all, unfortunately. So that's a huge mistake that from Kenya. He's taken far too long there. Far too long. He's allowed Emil van Heerden to put all the pressure on him, and in the end, it's actually very easy. Yeah, it was good work there. Good pace. I mean, I think Loftus is looking a bit patchy as Loftus. There was a concert there a couple of weeks ago, which is why they had to play Mitch in college when they played against the Lions, and still hasn't quite recovered. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to work out what's happening with the tracker because it worked earlier on for the Lions. So it should kick in eventually. We'll take it off the screen there, and we'll sort out a different clock in the meantime. Very frustrating when it doesn't happen. Wait for it. There we go. So you can see it's 9 minutes so far. It's a bit frustrating, but we'll see if that starts to work as the game goes on. Great take that from Jordan Henderson out the air. Very interesting to see the fact he's playing at fullback today. I mean, he's going to have to be on the bench for a lot of the season. We can see Masuku and number 10 jersey, updated fast in that 15 jersey. Interesting to see where he plays rugby, does the Jordan Hendrickson. But I think looking to try and make him a bit of a utility player, given the fact that they could then go with a bit of a 6-2 split if you can cover 10, 12, 15. Ball over the top. Ethan Hooker's going to give chase, but it's a really good take out the air. That from I think it's Williams. Right, once again, now goes to the boot check, goes Keegan Johannes. This time not charged down. And underneath it is Bradley Davis. Goes across to Jordan Hendrickson. He wants to run to Jordan Hendrickson. Pops it up to Edwin Cater with a bit of space. Edwin Cater's got a lot of pace. Akafana Murray's also got a lot of pace. Reins him in. Good tackle from him. Quick ball here from Bradley Davis. Pops it up to Jordan Hendrickson. He goes short to Vincent Tuka. Former Lions players. James Fenton now, he goes to the corner roll who knocks it on, and Bradley Davis thought it might have been knocked backwards from the Bulls player, but very much not the case. Bit of a weird thing, Kubas Vista then getting involved with corner roll. I mean, it's a scrum. It's not like you can exactly take quickly. AJ Jacobs, he's just smiling on, watching them get themselves sorted. Vince Tuka's had to have a word here with his players and his own car as well. So basically saying no more afters, no more sort of fisticuffs and the likes. But there you go. Look at this break from Jordan Henderson. He has the pace there, just draws in David Creel, then pops it up to Edwin Cater. He gets away from a couple. It's really good pace being shown by Akafana and Merva. Throws him to the ground, gets over the ball. James Fenton there. That's very... yeah, it's initially backwards from Stedman Khans and then into the hands of corner roll. So it's the right decision from the referee, to be fair. You can see why Bradley Davis thought it only come off Stedman Khans, because it clearly does hit his hand first, but then goes on to hit corner roll's hand. Right, we're going to close the poll in about 2 minutes' time, and then we're going to up a new poll asking you who you think is going to win. Right, big hit there, and it's a decent scrum so far from the Bulls there. Available for Keenan Anderson. He goes to Shinova Jacobs. Goes to that left boot of his. Seeing a bit of space there. It's a great kick. That is an absolute... Oh, actually, it's not even stayed. It's not gone out. I thought it was initially going to go out. And now, Ethan Hooker's got a bit of space. Oh, it's a big hit coming from Giannis Kirsten. Good work rate from him to get up there nice and early. And he makes a big hit on the wing. And then gets up and makes another big hit on his opposite lock. And a penalty as well for diving over. I think it's actually from the side is the call. That's a good work rate from Giannis Kirsten. 2 back-to-back tackles. Very good tackles as well. And the players come through on the side, and all of a sudden the Bulls have got a penalty. Looks like they're going to kick to the corner here. Yeah, Kirsten will kick to the corner and finds touch. Going for the try here are the Bulls. Run over goes to Nizam Carr. Marcel Garcia comes with the back, and he goes to David Creel. President Bart trying to get over the ball. Good clean out there from Marcel Garcia. Ball available for Keegan Johannes. Goes to Park, pops it up to Hammond Harnicorn. Good momentum this here from the Bulls. Almost a bit of a fumble from Johannes. Ball down, and Johannes almost gets away. Johannes is going to go through. That's really good work from the scrum half. A half tackle, half gap, puts his head down. He gets through and scores the Bulls' first try of the game. They retake the lead. Good awareness that from the scrummy. Really nice finish that. You just see a bit of stumble there. Yeah, from Johannes. It pops up, bang, shows the dummy to... Oh, gee, I tell you what, Siamasuki gets absolutely sent for sausages there. Sent for sausages, I'm afraid, Siamasuku. Not his best moment. You won't want to watch that again. And the conversion is good, right? 10 points to 7. And you can just see Siamasuku, bang, bang, Yeah, no, not really good enough. Has to do better that to Siamasuku. Good snipe, though, from Keegan Johannes. Good awareness as well from him. Right, we're going to end the poll over there, which has had 317 votes. And 58% of them supporting the Bulls. Now we're going to ask them who's going to win the match. Who will win this semi-final? The big question mark. Sharks or Bulls? Let me know who you think's going to win this game. Restart from Siamasuku. On the right-hand side, Nizam Carr takes it well up the air. Coulson now goes to the boot. It's a huge clearance. That's absolutely massive. He's found touch inside Sharks territory from deep inside zone 22. That's a brilliant kick from him. And that's the exit they needed last time, to be fair. Now Masuku lifts high in the air. A lot of chases. And a penalty advantage there from AJ Jacobs. I think it's offside. Blue offside, not retrieving the 10. There's the call there from the Bulls. So they'll go back for the penalty against them. time of the line actually, so it's against Johan Kuster for breaking early. And interesting decision now, because about the sort of, it's in the middle of the park on the 10-meter line. Would have been very easy to take the points here, go for poles, and level up the scores. They're going to go for the corner here. Siamasuku looks for touch, does find a nice touch finder as well. So far, try a piece, just the penalty from the ball separating the two sides. You can just see the corner roll with a bit of a dummy at the line out, and that's why Jan Goos broke the line early and went straight offside. And it's a loud shock step and attacking line out now. All right, Fez and Barter with ball in hand. And they go to Emil van Heerden, try scorer. Looking for the rolling more here, the Sharks, but the ball's been dropped. Yeah, well, score. Fez and Barter breaks, and he gets inside ball to Ethan Hook, who's going to go over. I think there's grounding. We're going to have a look. I think he's got grounding here. What a nice little move. Fez and Barter just drifting to the right-hand side. Looked very much like he didn't have much of direction, only to ball the inside switch to Ethan Hooker coming back on the angle. And two players he carried over the line. The question is, has he managed to find grounding? It's really well worked from the Sharks. The question is it proved enough? No, the try has been awarded. 12 points to 10. It's his first Currie Cup try as well for Ethan Hooker. It's what's still his debut year. Hey, look at this over here. So he's just over here. We've got Fez and Barty comes over here. The ball gets dropped and passed backwards. And then he breaks, and he kind of doesn't look looking like much is going on. And then bang, the inside ball, Akafan and Merva, and Keegan Johannes, I don't think really expected. He gets past Nizam Khan, and by the time Litabele and Keegan Johannes notice it's too late, he's pretty much already there. But it's so well sold here by Fez and Barty. He looks like, the only thing he looks like he's doing is running towards contact. You can just see bang, 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 and then boom, inside ball to Ethan Hook, who steps outside of Nizam Khan, and he carries a couple players over the line. I think he's got grounding here, but we're going to wait and see. Yeah, we're going to look at, I think the ball dropped is probably the issue they're going to look at here. Yeah, so the ball goes there and then picked up again. So I think it's going to be ruled up and they'll go back for the knock on. So frustrating for the Sharks. They thought that they had the lead. Not quite yet. It's a nice move. Good try, but it's going to be chalked off, and we'll resume with a scrum for the Bulls. It is a penalty advantage. Okay, scrum Bulls. Right, so we'll resume with a scrum for the Bulls inside the 22. And you have a reset here from the scrum. Very, very, well, no stability whatsoever. I was going to say very little stability, but no stability. So I'm trying to sort of why our track is not working. Much better scrum this time. Ball available at the back for Cameron Harnicombe. He's taking a while to get it out. Big pressure coming in from the Sharks. Eventually he reverses with it to Cameron Harnicombe. Pops it up for David Kriel as well. Looks like a high tackle from Sia Masuku. And it is a high tackle from Sia Masuku. Not having the best of times at the moment is the Sharks fly half. A big scrum from the Sharks there. They'll take a lot of heart out of it. I'm a bit frustrated that they could see the penalty in the back of it because they would have felt they had a bit of momentum there. He says ref needs to up his game. Not a good decision. I think it's quite a difficult decision to make, to be honest. The forward, whether it's forward or not. I mean, it's sitting behind a bunch of feet and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, the problem is you don't know who comes off it. You don't know who then goes and takes it. So it's a bit of a weird one for me. But that's a really good line being run by Lethabile. Space, looking for options. Goes to Marcel Coetzee, who then trips and loses it forwards. That's absolutely butchered. Yeah, I don't know if it's the pass or... I think Marcel Coetzee should probably hold on to this, to be honest. What a break, though, from the youngster. Came in at the 11th hour, was supposed to be on the bench. Ends up starting. I think he almost could have gone all the way here. Could have just really put the hammer down. Looking for options here. Yeah, not the best pass. Really poor pass, in fact. Bad at the knees of Marcel Coetzee. And I think he should have just put his head down and kept going. 8 times SA under 20 player is Katlego Lethabile. Likes to play outside centre. But today starts on the wing. Fez and Barty getting a bit of treatment from the Sharks medical staff. And the vibes are out at Loftus. The kids are enjoying themselves. Looks like a decent crowd in as well. For the sake of crowd, to be fair, I think it'll be a big crowd next week regardless. Ellis Park, whenever it's... when it's the Sharks game, for example, it's usually a decent crowd. If it's Bulls, it's usually a decent crowd. So I expect we're seeing... I expect we'll see a good turnout next week. Right, another scrum, yeah. Still trying to work out why our tracker's not working. Penalty this time at the Bulls, then. You can see that's Wilco Low. He's done an absolute job on Instagram. I think they're going to start... I think this will be an interesting scrum battle. It earlier looked like Bulls are having a tough time. This time they're just demolished Sharks right in front of the poles as well. And I'm pretty sure they'll just take the points here, add the extra 3, take a nice little 6-point lead, and go and restart. Yeah, and the Bucky has arrived. But Jan Kirsten is right in front of the pole, so pretty straightforward for him. Yeah, and over it goes. And the Bulls move up to 13 points to 7 after almost 20 minutes. Kirsten goes flat to Janus Kirsten. Good work from him. Ball available for you, Keane Johannes. It was installs the dummy and then goes to the boot. Won't find touch. Down the throat for Messina Sugu. He goes inside to Jordan Hendrickson. Stepping around, looking for options. Brought down the halfway line. Now, Pixie Boudelese had a quiet game so far. Masuku goes to, that's nice hands, good hands, and then Jordan Henderson eventually regathers, goes to France offensive. We haven't seen much of him today. Good tackle coming from David Creel. Ball available for Bradley Dance, but a bit of momentum lost. Now Pheasant Barter puts his head down. He's having a busy game. Back to Masuku, bit of a fumble. Eventually goes to the boot. I think that's gone too far, you know. It has gone too far. I tell you what, he's really, really struggling at the moment to see Masuku. Yeah, I'm not having his best game as Masuku. Big mistake that, and the Bulls will have a line out inside at Sharks half. And they go to the front to Cameron Harnicombe. What a line that is. Cameron Harnicombe is rounded. Oh my goodness, he's gone in the corner. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. He has rounded Ethan Hooker, who didn't know if he should commit or not. And he should have, is the question. Cameron Harnicombe, what a line-out move that is. Round they go. And that is fantastic from the Bulls. That's a big moment as well. In terms of to go from trying to get back in the game from a Sharks perspective to then all of a sudden being now tried down, go to the front of the line-out. Such a good move as well. And Cameron Harnicombe had Akafana over with him as well. Ethan Hooker not used to playing out from the wing, and don't think he expects to see the pace coming from the Bulls number 8. But this kick now to make it a 13-point lead. And looking pretty good as well. Looking very, very good. It is good. Straight down the middle. Bulls go to 20. Sharks to 7. And lots of momentum now with the home side. With the home crowd. And I think we could, if things stay like this, we're in for an all-Gauteng final. See Masuku there. Decent kickoff actually, giving it another opportunity for the players to get up there. Now looking to try and run out from the behind when they're between two other Sharks. Cameron Harnicombe, no, he goes himself. It's a great kick, and Jordan Henderson's going to take this quickly now. Masuku's knocked this on. Didn't expect it. He's having an absolute nightmare. Yeah, that's really not good enough from Sia Masuku, if we're going to be brutally honest. Yeah, shame. He's not having a good time yet, Sia Masuku. That's now a knock on. He's kicked into touch. He was at fault for the line out. I mean, for the try. And I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, from Jordan Hendrickson. So Jordan Henderson had a decent start to the game, and Sia Masuku struggled. I wonder if we might then see Jordan Henderson take over at 10. And Jordan Hendrickson can, he goes to Masuka off, and you can bring on. I suppose you could bring on Best. I'm looking. I mean, you could go. Who's on the bench here for the Sharks? You could go. Yeah, I suppose Lionel Kinnear. It's more of a 10 than a 15, but yeah. So you probably be a direct place for Lionel Kinnear. Usually, Best can come on as outside centre or on the wing. Ball available, Keegan Johannes on the left-hand side to David Creel. Masuku slipping the tackle as well. Now that's high in the air. And it's bounced, and it's gone backwards now to Brady Davids. No knock on the call, though. A corner roll now with a bit of space. Good K from him. Esther Hayes, we haven't seen much of him at the moment. Long pass out wide to Edwin Cater. He gets away from two. Still going to Edwin Cater. Cameron Harnicum doesn't let him go. Now Brady Davis goes to the boot. And Hurston pops up now to Cameron Harnicum. He goes short to Srivino Jacobs. Srivino Jacobs with a lot of space. Not the best pass, and it's kicked away. Oh, he can't touch that. He knows he can't touch that. It was a pretty poor pass, and David Creel could only kick it back towards it, but Srivino Jacobs ahead of him then played the ball in an offside position. All right, they're going to the corner here. The Sharks need to get back into this game somehow. Very annoying my tracker's not working. What do you mean match not covered? I mean, how do you cover the Lions game and not the Bulls game? Are you telling me the same person's currently stuck in traffic trying to get across there? Kind of feels like it, doesn't it? Right, Fez and Barter. I think he's had a nice game so far, Fez. Good line up there to Emil here. And has he been taken out in the air? He has, says AJ Jacobs. So penalty for the Sharks. Right, Masuku can get the Sharks getting further back. Sharks hit back next. I think the gang still be on. At the moment, chasing 13 points. They got to keep going for the tries here. You can just see there, it's Jans Kirsten taking out Emil van Heerden in the air. Pretty straightforward call in the end. Now the Sharks on the 5-meter line, what can they conjure up? They had a very nice move from Peasant Barter with Ethan Hooker, which was then chalked off because the ball was dropped within the maul. So if they can cook something up like that, then they can sort it. Corner roll, Vincent Suka, Pace Lazy, Emil van Heerden, all options. They do go to Van Heerden. He pops it down to Davis. He goes short. And running it hard and long is Edwin Cater. Brady Davis now goes to Pheasant Barter just in front. And so easy. So easy from Bradley Davis. The awareness, he almost had a moment to have a look and be like, "Are you guys serious? You guys are giving me the space to go over." And then he dives over. Really nice work there from Bradley Davis. Good awareness. And the Sharks score, get back into the game, conversion to come to make it 6 points. I think we've had two really competitive and high-scoring semi-finals. I think this is also going to be a high-scoring semi-final already. And we've already had 32 points. come aboard, and I don't think this is going to be the end. I think we're going to have a lot more points to come. We kicked that just really on the right-hand side from Siamasuki. It was an important conversion. So 20 points to 12. 8 points the difference. So still more than a converted try away. But Brady Davis just picks it up, looks up, and just sees that there's nobody in front of him and just jumps over. He's too quick. He's too quick. Hannes actually breaks a bit early to try and, in case he does win at the offload, and he creates that half gap. And that's 2 good scrum half tries in terms of just sniping in and around the ruck, increasing the ruck speed. Right. Bulls getting back underway. On the left-hand side, taken by Edwin Cater, gets away from Trevino Jacobs, brought down by Janus Kirsten and his car. Davids goes to Pepsi Buthelezi. Those nice neon green boots. Kick it high, and it's bounced off of Buddha Chamberlain. So forward. And I'll go back for the knock-on from him. Playing against the former side, Buddha Chamberlain. How much he'd love to get the victory here, go into a Currie Cup final, even win the Currie Cup, and kind of say, well, if you're not going to appreciate me, then I'm going to make my way somewhere else. Right, so it'll be a Sharks scrum on the far right-hand side, just before the halfway line. Yeah, the score's literally up to date, yeah. So calm yourself. Calm yourself. It's a data feed. You can clearly see it's data feed. It might take a minute or two, but it's up to date. Calm down. Calm down. Free kick taken quickly here from the Sharks. Esterhuizen now with a full run-up. Marcel Coetzee getting across to make the tackle. They haven't used him enough, Andre Esterhuizen. What's the point of having a Springbok World Cup winning centre in your midst? Jordan Henderson now goes to Ethan Hooker, finds a bit of space. And Letterbeater gave a bit too much, but reeled him in and made the tackle. Penalty advance coming as well. Flat from Masuka to James Fenter. James Fenter still going to James Fenter. Still going to James Fenter. And he's right. Oh my goodness me. What a try that is from James Fenter. Well, something out of nothing, really. Marcel Coetzee not completing the tackle. James Fenter looking up and seeing with space. Then he rounds Trevino Jacobs. And what a try that is. Sharks have not been able to put together a lot of phases. But when it's counted, they've made it count. And that is the 7th Currie Cup try for James Fenter. Right, and the restart from Johan Gerson, and the scoreboard, by the way, is already updated to 17. And I'm sure it'll update to 19 very, very quickly. So it might be 30 seconds behind. It is 19 in case anybody's worried about that. Nice restart that from the Sharks there. Gathered it, and it's a really good clearance as well. Masiku's fine touch right on the other side by the 22. There we go. It's updated to 19 within the minute. So, yeah, we're 30 seconds behind the scoreboard. I'm sure we can live with that. So it'll be a Bulls line out just outside the 22, but really good work this from the Sharks, who were at one stage 13 points behind, now trailed by just 1. With 7 minutes left in the first half. I think we're in for a high-scoring game. Almost 40 points scored already. Akvanamova goes to Nizam Kar, controlling things at the back. Good-looking, more structure this from the Bulls. Now he breaks as you had. As Akvanamova pops it up to Marcel Gutsia. Fighting hard in the tackle from Bepsi Buthelezi. Now Johannes goes to the boost. Stravino Jacobs gives chase. Good take there for Hayden Cater. He then rides the hit, gets away to Jordan Hendrickson. It's a good tackle from Jannis Kirsten. Slow ball this now for the Sharks. Keegan. Sorry, Brady Davis rather, taking a bit of a while. Pass up to Emil van Heerden. And a penalty. I think it's potentially could be a card here, you know. Yeah, and his own card's got a smile on his face. Not entirely sure what the issue was there. Horizontal, yes, illegal clean-out. So it's against the Sharks. So it's Bulls penalty against Hano Jacobs. And interestingly enough, the Bulls going to the corner. I'm very surprised. I mean, very kickable that for the Bulls. Oh dear, he's kicked it dead. He's kicked it dead, yeah, has Johan Person. Well, that's a massive stuff up. Right, Siamasuka goes to the right hand side there from the restart there. Cameron Harnicum underneath it. Bounces off Edwin Cater, brought down by James Fenter. Now Kirsten goes flat to Johannes Kirsten. Working hard on the tackle there is now probably it's a really good line being run, but he's left the ball behind us, let it be this, so it'll be a scrum for the Sharks. All got a little bit sloppy at the moment. Right, less than 4 minutes on the clock. Just the 1 point here from the Bulls. Could turn down 3, so worth noting that for later. If that comes back to bite, then we'll wait and see, won't we? And HIA here. As we look at some of the fans, looking very chuffed for life. I'm dropping bottle caps. Massive scrum that from the Bulls. Massive, massive, massive. And they win the penalty. Big moment in the half that. And Peter Gamedi, by the way, is onto the park as well. There is an HIA. I think it's for Marcel Kutsia. Or was it Nizam Kar potentially? I'm trying to work out who I see, who I don't see. But there is a substitution here. So Peter Gamedi is on. Whilst Garcia is still on, so it looks like it is. I think that's for Cameron Harnicom. So I think it's his car is off the park. So Peter Gamedi. Oh no, so it must be Cameron. Yeah, there's Cameron Harnicom at the back of the scrum. So Peter Gamedi there, adding a lot of his weight. To be fair, massive scrum coming from the Bulls. Player also playing against his former side, a player who wasn't really given much of a chance at the Sharks. Now is part of on the Bok fringes. Is Mpilo Gamedi. Back from the moment, that's a nice little pop up to I think it's Etabile now getting involved. Now Steman Kantz gets away from the tackle from Sia Masuku. Good tackle from James Fenter. Kusa now takes it himself. Really good work that from Giannis Kirsten in the breakdown. In fact, yeah, it's Kubas Visa. In fact, really good work from him. Now Marcus Garcia, how quickly was Ntuka Kunu popping it up to Kubas Visa. Now Carl goes to Kantz. And that's a poor pass from Kantz. And Jacob's going to have to try and conjure up something from back. And he runs to Francois Fenter. Ball available now for Keegan Johannes. He fires it out to Creel. He backs himself against Bradley Davis, who's very, very active on defense, to be fair to the young number 9. Keegan Johannes now looking to snipe. Goes to Pedro Gamedi up against the touchline. Goes the back and side. And Davis comes away, but there was a penalty advantage. They'll go back for the penalty. All right, it took getting a bit of treatment here. Last minute of the half, and then we go into half time. And we'll close the poll at half time, asking you who will win the semi-final. So far, almost 50% saying the Bulls, but the Sharks have very much come back into this game. However, they will probably be 4 points behind. Looks like the Bulls are going to take the points now, as they probably should have done earlier. But so no, nothing lost in the end. And take the 3, get yourself 4 points ahead. Go into half time. Bit of a cut there from Johan Hussen. That nose looks very broken. That nose does not look straight. Yeah, that's a broken nose from Johan Hussen. That's not fun. That's not fun. I think David Creel's taking the kick. That's Trina Jacobs. She's taking. Buddha Chamberlain, of course. Buddha Chamberlain will take this. He's asking for his kicking team because Jan Hussen, with what looks like a broken nose, is receiving treatment. Just takes it himself. I think somebody just lands on him on the floor there, to be fair. It's not in the tackle. Nah, he's back and he's good to take it as Jan Hussen. And no issues from Hussen eventually. Right, 30 seconds to go. Bulls bring that lead up to 4 points now. No, in fact, the clock's actually wrong. So that is actually going to be half time. Right, we'll be back very, very shortly after the halftime break. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. 40 minutes left. 4 points in it. 2 very close Currie Cup semi-finals today. Who will join the Lions in the final next week? That is the question. And we'll find out after the break. Right, we are back from halftime, or about to be back from halftime, and interesting game so far. It is 23 points to 19 in favor of the Bulls. The Sharks, however, have come back down from they were 13 points behind, and they have kept themselves in the game, but not consistently stopping the Bulls scoring points. I think it's probably been their biggest issue. Bulls getting 3 points just for half time. It's a nice take from Jordan Henderson. He had a pretty strong first half for the Sharks, and somebody who I think needs a much better second half is Simasuku, who is coming back from obviously from the preseason stuff like that, but just hasn't quite clicked into gear in the same way he was before, and sort of Challenge Cup and stuff. And oh, that's a big tackle coming from Faison Barter. So, yeah, the problem is when your playmaker's struggling a little bit, you know, just puts a lot of pressure on a team. You know, that's often that's a nice little gap from Cameron Hanekom. He's back on the park, boxes it up to Janus Kirsten as well. And Cameron Hanekom has just come back from an HIA, and now he's down clutching his head. So that'll probably be the end of his game, I'd imagine. Vilko Lowe being brought down by James Fenton, who's fighting hard in the tackle. Yeah, and that'll be the end of Cameron Hanekom. You can just see it's just stopped him now. Yeah, that'll be it for Cameron Hanekom. I think it's Whiplash. I don't know if it's Whiplash or it's a Butcher. I think it's a knee to the side of the head there. Pepsi Bull delays. Completely accidental. But that'll be the end of Cameron Hanekom. And unfortunately, if they were to go through with a concussion, he'll miss next weekend as well. He'll hopefully be back in a couple of weeks' time for the URC. If he can give himself a decent stretch of games for the end of the year tour, then he could be included in that squad. Now, off the back of the head there. All right, so Peter Gamedi, who was off for a full minute, is back on the park. I think it's a cut to the back of Cameron Hanekom's head as well, and this will surely be a permanent substitution now. Now on the left-hand side, there's Shavina Jakobs, bit of space, cuts inside. Edwin Kate, a good tackle from Brady Davids. But he gets, he's net to behind as Kiko Giannis. Had he gathered that, I think it would have been interesting. I reckon he could have been in there. Good line that phone and good hands there from Faison Barter, but forward is the call from the referee. So a Bulls scrum, 5 meters up. Big attacking opportunity, this from the Bulls. Right, so it's towards the center of the park, well, more towards the center. It's about it's at the second line, so about 20 meters out odd. And big scrum now. A lot of space to work with on the right hand side, but also equally a decent amount of space on the blind side to go as well. Right, big scrum they needed from the Bulls, and they had a penalty as well before half time. So the Bulls front row started to kick into gear a bit. Much better scrum this time from the Sharks. Senior Hannes does move, goes to shooter. Yarkos gets away from one. Oh, it's poor. It's a try for the Bulls. Poor defense from the Sharks, it must be said. Nice and direct from the winger. But yeah, you can't be beaten that easy. And the Sharks' defense has not been good enough. And Masuku once again, unfortunately, he slipped the first tackle, and then it gets the pass tackle of Andre Esterhazen as well. No, sorry, so it's Edwin Cater, actually. Edwin Cater, and then Vince Tuka so attacks him over the line. It's good. It's good power from Shuna Yakos, but Masuku needs to make that tackle. As soon as they break that first tackle, then you're in trouble, and they're more in trouble. Bulls now 30 points to 19. Masuku gets things back underway on the right hand side. Good take from Shuna Yakos, the try scorer, but it's a good tackle coming from James Fenter as he bundles him out. He's worked really hard today, James Fenter. A bit of a coming of age from him, I felt this year. Gets away for Educator, that bag. James Fenter just bundles them out. Right, Fez and Barter. Good take from Vincent Tuko, the captain. Popped up from James Fenner and go. And there we go. There we see Andre Esterhazen with some go forward ball at first phase. Now second phase up to Fez and Barter. He's had a busy game tonight. Basically put lazy now. Nice carry from him. Much better this from the Sharks. And a penalty as well for not releasing as the call. I think not running away is actually the call not coming from AJ Jacobs. Clinton saying, joined a bit late. Are the Sharks playing poorly or the Bulls? I think a bit of a combination of both. I don't think the Bulls have played phenomenally well. They've had some very good moments. I mean, that Cameron Honeycomb try from a line-up set move was very, very good. Now they've just scored in first phase with the back of a scrum to Trina Jacobs. But I do think that the Sharks' defense has not been good enough. I think on attack they've had some really nice moments, but generally I think on defense they've not been good enough. I think physically the Bulls have been probably a bit more dominant. And the Sharks have the Bulls let the Sharks back in with two good tries from the Sharks. But the Sharks, unfortunately, keep conceding too many points. I said that at the half time. I said they're just giving away points too easily. And a try like that, Justina Yakos one, is a kind of a good example of that. But now 11 points behind. You can convert a try. You can make that point gap 4 points once again. Fez and Barter controlling things at the back. Presents it to Barry Davis. Barry Davis wants to get away from Oscar Garcia. Doesn't do it. Ball available for corner roll. Pick up and go here from him. And eventually available. Another pick up and go. Ethan Hooker assisting at scrum half. Now Vince Tuka popping up to Pepsi Buthelezi before adding his weight behind him. A couple of pick up and goes in. Tuka, nothing fancies himself. He does. Yakos goes to James Fenter. James Fenter tackled backwards. Good hit from him from Marcel Garcia. Now it's available for Davids. And the cameraman doesn't even know where the ball is. And Andre Esterhazen's on the ground. Presents well to Tuka. So Tuka actually picks up and goes. He almost makes a few yards. Basically Buthelezi now. Sharks 5 minutes out. 8 phases down. Pick up and go from Instuka. Corner roll slightly isolated. But ball available. Vince Tuka once again going up and good tackle. He uses it forward. Not probably the play, to be honest, here from Vince Tuka. Now a bit of space actually. Jan Wilson wants to run it. And David Creel was going to put this onto the boot eventually. Sharks players retreating back. There's a bit of that dead spot on the far right hand side, which is a bit dark. There at Loftus. Jordan Henderson comes back into the light. Time off is the call from the referee. I think it's obviously something come from the side here. Yeah, so there's obviously a course come from the TMO. When it rolls down, we're going to actually have a look at the screen here. Is AJ Jacobs. Not entirely sure what he's looking at. We'll about to find out. Oh, I tell you what, that is a high tackle from Marcel Garcia into James Fenter, and that could be red, to be honest. He's launched himself into James Fenter. He's high. There's no mitigation from me. And he's no arms as well. That is horrendous from Marcel Garcia. That has to be a red. Absolutely, absolutely has to be a red. Yellow card. Oh, I think a drop in height is quite generous, to be honest. Even the direction change, I think, is a bit. I think that's very, very generous, to be honest. I don't want to see a red card, but I just don't think there was that much of a change in height. Or direction, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to go back and look at this, actually. Yeah, I mean, I've just paused it now, and I think he's a lucky, lucky lad, as Marcel could see him, not to be going to the bin full for the rest of the game. Yeah, I think that's generous, to be honest. I don't want to see a red card, but I think he's got. I think he's. I think he's a lucky boy, as Marcel could see him. Right, they're going to tap and go here, the Sharks. And it is James Fenter who goes back on the angle. And Tutuno loses it forward, but there was an advantage over here for offside, so they'll go back for that. Now just short check, pick up and go from Harvey Jacobs. You're not going to stop from there. Surely not. Oh, they have. They've held him up. They have held him up. That's huge defending from the Bulls. Maybe a little impatient from the Sharks, must be said. Right, so the restart now. Masuka goes to Ethan Hooker. Definitely, I think probably a game which shows you. I mean, I know it's a bit of a needs must situation, him going to the wing, but probably a game which shows you that he's not a wing and needs to be. Chip at the top from Jordan Hendrickson. Well gathered from Jan Koos and offloads to Keegan Johannes. Keegan Johannes goes to the boot, and going back is Sia Masuku. Goes back inside to Edwin Cater. Edwin Cater, he'll look to try and run this. Gets away from one, little ankle tap. Ball's available. Tukuno picks it up and goes. He pops it to Francois Fenter. Francois Fenter skips Estes and goes past Putelezi. Comes back inside. Takes 2 to tackle him. Good carry that from Putelezi. Now flat from Davids to Edwin Cater. Advantage for high tackle. Francois Fenter sort of floating around. Not too many Bulls players too interested in tackling him. Eventually brought down. Masuku goes flat to Pheasant Barter on a nice angle. Still going to Pheasant Barter. Gets the offload away as well to Henry Jacobs. The front row crew operating. Ball available now for Davids. Another penalty advantage here for the Sharks. So the turnover was good, but then lost it forward. Right, Emmanuel Stuka's going to come on, as was Trevor Nyakane. So going to the new signings here at the Sharks. And Emmanuel coming on for corner roll. He won't be at lock. His brother will go to lock. Honor Yakov's off and Trevor Nyakane on. Still breaking play. We're getting a couple of some strapping and stuff like that. And eventually, Buddha Chamberlain is good to go. Mascot watches on in the sin bin. Right, can the Sharks find a boost? And they're going to have a scrum early on here. Trevor Nyakane, what can he add? But they need to find a boost in the likes of a Emmanuel Stuka, Brand Krobler coming on as well. Trevor Nyakane. They've got a man down as well to the Bulls scrum. So it is a Sharks scrum, and this was surely. I mean, I must be thinking penalty try here. Really. Now uses the call. Davis goes straight to Esterhazen. Esterhazen still going. Just short. And then lost forward. That is so poor from Tukuno. And once again, David Creel will hammer this downfield with Edwin Cater having to go back and fetch it. So it's Ethan Hooker, in fact. And he gets brought down by David Creel. Ball available. Sharks all the way back at the 50-meter mark. Davis calling for Jordan Hendrickson. Hendrickson now still going. Hendrickson looking for options. Offloads away to Korobler. Now back to Francois Fenter. He goes to Cater. Cater with a bit of space. Now James Spencer. Passes out to Andre Estes and finds himself out on the wing. Bumps off of Stevino Yarkos. Back towards the 22 go the Sharks. With a one-man advantage, remember. Battery managed to get his first carry. Good tackle on him. Masuku goes flat to Trevor Nyakane. But big tackle coming from Pilo Gomede. Would have made each other at the Boko lineman camps. Ball back inside from Emmanuel Strucker to Edwin Cater. Pick up and go from Vincent Strucker now. Now advantage to the call. Trevor Nyakane is down in a lot of pain. False defender. Ball over the top towards Ethan Hooker. He's got a bit of space. He comes back inside. Well, there was not even an attempt to tackle him, really, from Johan Kirsten, I think it was. He goes over. The game is yet still alive. And that's just the one-man advantage catching up to the Bulls. Right, 6 points. Big kick to come here from Siamasuku. He has this, and all of a sudden becomes a 4-point game once again. And it kick is good from Siamasuku. Right, the Sharks. Do they have another comeback in them? I'm trying to, I think it was the young person there who was just completely done, if you're going to be honest. Right on the right-hand side, underneath it is Manuel Stuka. Ethan Hooker down, a bit of pressure there. And penalty for the Sharks there. And you can see Vince Stuka trying to get his boys up a bit. But a momentum shift here as Cobus Visa gets penalised. And the Sharks, I think, will suddenly feel that they might have a little bit of momentum. And his own car now off as well. He has to be sacrificed so they can get a couple of players. Actually, no, I'm lying. But he's on for Olafia. I just saw a prop coming on and I'm trying to work out who's what. But Vilkelo's off for Francois Klopper. And Jacques van Rooyen is on for Dylan Smith, former Lions players. No Sintuman Jersey just yet. Nova Olafia on for Nizam Kar. But both locks still on, so still no Sintuman Jersey. Very interesting to see how he goes this season. Oh, that's horrible for Andre Esterhazy, and that's terrible handling. I mean, it wasn't even a particularly difficult pass. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best pass for Siamasuka, but you probably got to hold on to that, does Andre Esterhazy, and you can see the frustration in his eyes. Stream number 898, apparently. Actually, having a look at the second view, it is pretty terrible from Siamasuku. Not the pass you would have wanted to Andre Esterhazy. You would have wanted something nice in front of him, running onto it in pace, using that big frame of his. Not what he got, though. In the sky full of stars. Right, what else to see? I was want to try to get back onto the park here. I think we'll have to wait till after this scrum. And it's a penalty for the Sharks. The front row replacement has made a difference. Trevor Nyakane there, and Pheasant Bart is pointing at the pole, saying, let's get ourselves within 1 year. We've got the momentum. I don't think it's a bad idea, to be fair. Marcel will come back onto the park. So it'll be 15 on 15 now. Oh, maybe it's going to the corner. They are going to go for the corner, yeah. Right, they feel they've got the momentum here. Do the Sharks look? One try gets them back in the lead. They don't even have to convert it either. And lots of rugby to get to be played still. Front of the line out. Good take that from Krobler. Pheasant Bart breaks with the back. He's had a really good shift today. Pace lazy now in the midfield. Pick up and go there. It's good work, actually. Good awareness that. I think it was on Krobler himself, actually. To pick up and take it into contact after the ball was getting almost lost. Good carry that from James Fenter. He's worked really hard. Now managed Tuka goes into contact. Into Tuka Tunu. Finishes Tuka now. Good carry from him, but he's hit the ball behind. Picked up and going from Ethan Hooker. Bulls players asked if he wasn't forward. 7 phase now. Pick up and go from Vince Tuka once again. Slow now for the Sharks. They had 9 phases. Now, a bit of space. Long pass up pass off Fenton. And he's going to walk this in. Yes, Andreas stays. Well, not quite. He has to get away from one tackle, but he runs towards the corner. He's over, though. The Bulls have just forfeited the lead, and the Sharks have come back once again with 19 minutes left on the clock. Could they do it? Could they yet do it? Right, big kick this to come from Siamasuku. The 1 point lead, this to make it a 3 point lead. And have the Bulls forfeited, I tell you, 13 points ahead. Big kick this Masuku. He turned pretty quickly, which usually means that's good, and it isn't good. Well, to be fair to him, he's kicked well tonight. Open play has not had his best game, but he has kicked well. And that could very well be the difference, in fairness. Right, the restart now of Jan Goosen down the right-hand side. 17 minutes now for the Sharks to just manage the game. They've got a 3-point advantage. Also, when are Loftus going to install lights on the outside of the stadium? It's getting a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a good take out actually from Buddha Chamberlain underneath the high ball there. Good work there now. Ben on van der Linden now. Young scrum off. Cousin, ball over the top to David Creel. And now knock-on came from the Sharks to be a scrum for the Bulls. And throws it down as Pepsi Buthelezi, not happy with himself whatsoever. Right, just over 15 minutes left in the game, and this could still go either way. We've had two really, really good Currie Cup semis, which I'm really glad about, because we need a good Currie Cup, and we've had a good Currie Cup. And if you have been watching the Currie Cup, it's been really entertaining, to be honest. There's been some really good games. There's been some drama, for example. We've unearthed some really cool players as well. And that's what, for me, the Currie Cup is these days. It might not be the same sort of competition it was 10, 15 years ago when I was growing up. But that's the reality of the rugby world and the professionalism within rugby. That, we've not got franchise competitions and we've got to go where the money is. But the main thing for me now is it a high standard? And yes, it is. Are we seeing cool new players? Yes, we are. And are we seeing crowds? And there's a crowd over there at Loftus. There'll be a crowd next week at the final. I don't have a doubt about that. When they had that game at Midstream, for example, I think, we need to do more community stadiums because you pack them. And I'd far rather see 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people in a community stadium than to see, same amount in the Hayes Park, or even fewer, or even more. But best on now from Barter. What a shift he had. Goodness me. Goodness me, he was good. That's a huge scrum, though, coming from the Bulls all of a sudden. Bernard van der Linden goes to Jan Goosen. Jan Goosen throws a long pass out wide to Buddha Chamberlain. Ball back inside. Oh, that's a big hit on Trevino Jacobs. And he's down already. And Stefan Kant's going to continue going, though. There'll be a check off this. Buddha Chamberlain goes to Letabile. Comes back inside. Big counter-attack coming from the Sharks. Ball eventually ready for Bernard van der Linden. Playing the Niners the penalty advantage. They have another penalty this time, maybe just outside the 22. They might yet go have a look at that tackle on Trevino Jacobs. And if that is a foul play, that could be a yellow card to the Sharks. And then all of a sudden the Sharks could be down to 10 men or 14 men rather, for 10 minutes. Get there in the end. I think we're definitely going to have a look at this Jacobs challenge. Yeah, he is saying it stops. This is AJ Jacobs. Let's go have a check. So long ball over the top to Buddha Chamberlain, who then pops inside to Trevino Jacobs, and then a big tackle coming from France. I actually don't think it's as bad as initially thought, to be fair. I don't know if there's a head clash, having said that. Yeah, I think it's over here. I think there is... Well, that's too blurred to actually really see. I think there is head contact here. Yeah, this is the view we need. Even that actually doesn't help us. I mean, the way that he reacts, I think there's head contact. I think there's head-on-head contact here. We don't really get to see it, though, to be honest. I think maybe the other angle would be the better one. The first angle could be the better one. He goes up. Yeah, I mean, here... Yeah, I think there's head contact with Francois Fenter coming through. Here we go. Now, we need to slow us down a little bit. Yeah, no, there it is. Initially, I didn't see that first one. Yeah, that's a red card. Cheers, Francois Fenter. I'm actually going to put it up right now because that has to be a red card. That is direct, high contact. He's high. There's no mitigation. Sharks are down to 14 men. I'm making the call here myself. Yeah, I can't see where you're going to find any mitigation here, to be honest. I think that's his game done. Nah, he's high. It's a high level degree of danger. That is every type of tackle we're trying to get rid of, in my opinion. So I don't see how he stays on. Yeah, red card. You can see he's not particularly happy as Browns offense. I don't think you can argue, to be honest. I think that was as straight red as you go. I mean, yeah, I don't understand how nobody. Surely you look at that, and you think, yeah, that's Trouble City. Yeah, it's a red card for me every single day. It's a red card. Well, massive moment now for the Sharks. They're down to 14 for the next 15 minutes. Right, 15 minutes. Going to the comments. How much time left? There's 50 minutes left. Yeah, unfortunately, our normal clock isn't working, so we're kind of down to the other one, which is a bit smaller, unfortunately. So it's 70 minutes there. We do try to make it as big as possible. I mean, yeah, it needs to be within reason, to be fair. Someone's asking, I'm a Lions fan. I'll be at Ellis Park next week. So I probably won't be doing the watch-along, to be honest. I still need to confirm. But I'm hoping... and Rolling Moya from the Bulls. Is it going to be short? I see a ball at the bottom of the ruck there. It is short. Whether they can get that ball out... That's the big question. Ball apparently available. Ben van der Linde has arrived. I don't see where this ball is. I pick up and go from Jock and Roy, and there the ball is. Just short. Oh, has he got over? I think he has, by the way. Kubas Visa. Sorry, in fact, it's actually the replacement who's gone over there. Has Joe van Zyl got to ground here? He's like slammed the ball down. The question is, was it over the line? Was it a knock-on? Did he have control? It looks like he had control. I think it's just whether this is over the line or not. But yeah, I'm a Lions fan, so we're already in the final. Easy work, and hosting it. So I might not be on the watch-along next week because I might treat myself and go and watch the game, and then I'll be on the watch-along for you guys for the Bok game. It starts at 11 o'clock. But if I do go to the game, we will obviously do potentially some crossings, for example. We can do some crossings. We might even do some, and we'll do videos from the stadium. I'll do a little reaction from the stadium itself, which will be very, very cool. So we'll have to wait and see what's the plan is going to be for next week, but there will be a watch along, whether it's me or not, we'll confirm. And I will be very much wearing my Lions jersey next week. I'm going to get it nice and iron now. Right, so it is a knock-on, by the way. He does not score against Joe van Zyl. It will be a knock-on. And a scrum. 5-meter scrum now. So the Sharks survive for now. Right, 15, well, less than 15 minutes left, actually. Shark scrum. Bulls, however, have demolished them in the last scrum. So a big scrum coming. Very, very big scrum coming. Another reset. A massive, massive scrum from the Bulls. Can they get it up? There's the penalty advantage. Peter Gamedes picked it up. He's just short, brought down by Manuel Stuka, but ball, and then he's lost the forward. It's better for Linda, but there'll be a big penalty. Well, I mean, let's think it's a big penalty, but in terms of the game, big penalty that. Massive, massive scrum. They've gotten the penalty, and they'll be 5 minutes out. If I'm now, I'm taking another scrum. I would call for another scrum very, very quickly because they're absolutely hammering the Shark scrum. What's the decision going to be here? So they're trying to bring on... So they're bringing on Dion Blula. I think they're trying to bring on Tian Meyer. Not entirely sure what the holdup is here. It is Tian Meyer who's waiting to come on. Right, I'll have to wait and see what the story is there. Penalty advantage already here. It's gone straight down. Bernard van Linden's going to go to David Creel. David Creel's going to pop it up to Letterby, who was coming off the back, but loosed it forward. Another scrum penalty. Right, let's see what... yeah, I'm going to go for another scrum. Why wouldn't you? You should. You just keep going at the scrum. I mean, you're winning the penalty after penalty after penalty. And if they can get this to stay up, it's penalty try written all over it. 62% possession, by the way, out of the Sharks. People are watching on. The Bulls Currie Cup coach. He's the skills coach in the URC setup. Very nice guy. Very big rugby mind. Massive scrum once again. Bernard van Linden goes to David Creel. Pops it up to Jan Goosen. Jan Goosen gets across from one. I don't know if there's a penalty advantage or not. I think they're going back for penalty, and this could be a yellow card in the making here. There is a yellow card, and it's a shame. Dion Blula has just come on, and the first thing he's done is concede a yellow card, which means that if I'm the Bulls, obviously another scrum, you have to bring back in Suka Unu. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'd say, right, we'll have a scrum, bring on in Suka Unu, back onto the park he comes. So this was actually legally one on the ground from Lionel Kinnear, but there was a penalty advantage ready from the scrum. Right, so back on comes... Oh, that's interesting. So they brought on Henry Jacobs. That is the nice thing about having Trevin Dekani. That's very, very smart. They've just taken off into Unu, but they decided to, rather than bringing on him back on, they'll bring on Henry Jacobs, who's been off for about 20 minutes, and just shift Trevor to Loosehead. That's actually pretty smart, to be fair. I didn't even think about that. Nice thing about having swing props. Right, another scrum here. 11 minutes. I mean, the Sharks have managed to weather down 3 minutes of a storm, to be fair. But there it is. There it is. And it's Benedict Lindo is going to go himself. Almost through. Big penalty advantage. I don't know how that's not a penalty try, to be honest. There was no penalty advantage. Oh! Yeah. They almost drove over the line, and yet because the ball was left behind, there was no penalty advantage. Sharks turned it over, and they found touch. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. There's James Fenton who's gone over that ball and grabbed it back. James Fenton, I'll tell you what, he could be in line for man of the match, to be honest. What a game he's having. Right, Brady Davis is going to be replaced now by Tian May. He's going to leave with a bloody lip as well for his efforts. Wasn't bad, actually. I was actually quite impressed with him on defense. Scored a nice try. But defensively was pretty well aware. I thought his position was pretty good. Nice game from him. I don't know how much we'll see of him during the season. I suppose it depends on the fitness of Grant Williams and Jaden Hendrickson. So Sharks, by the way, down to 40 men. I actually haven't put up their yellow card. And the Sharks are starting the line as well. That's massive. So Sharks down to 13 at the moment and hanging on for dear life. Now Hana Yakov are taking contact. Sintum and Jay-Z on for the Bulls. Tia May's going to have to take this. Available is the call. Great take that from Netabile. And Cornel Smith is on for Steman Khans. Now cross to came from Jan Koersen. That's so well taken from Shavina Yarkis. Gets in front of Jordan Hendrickson. But there's a turnover from Andre Estes, and that's brilliant from the box center. He's had a quiet game, but that could be one of the biggest interventions of the game. Nice hands. The Honor Jacobs getting away to Vincent Tuka. James Fenner fires it out towards Ethan Hooker. He gets away from Netabile. Takes it into contact. Sharks all about game management now with 13 men. And there's still 7 minutes left on the yellow card, so they'll be on 13 men for a while. Now Lana Cornea goes to the boot. That's a little bit too far. It'll be inside 22. Buddha Chamberlain will mark it. Not his best kick to be from Lana Cornea, if you're going to be perfectly honest. And a penalty for the Bulls. Right, Pepsi Boudelezi and Dion Blelo looking on. Pepsi Boudelezi was sacrificed for him, so that's why he's on the bench. It was Francois Fenter who got the red card. Right, Bulls now outside the 22. Just under 8 minutes left on the clock. Joe Funzel with ball in hand. And they've lost it to have the Bulls. So turn the ball once again. Honor Jacobs on a bit of a run. Bull ripped in the tackle and then one back by the Sharks, to be fair. Quick ball here from Tian Mayer to Lionel Cornea. He puts a bit of a chip in behind. For Jordan Henson to run on. And Jordan Henson has just overrun it. He reckons there was a push in there. The linesman's not having anything to say about that. And the time, by the way, is very, very wrong. It is 73 minutes. Not entirely sure why we've got up to 83. We've still got 7 minutes left on the clock. It hasn't taken into consideration the stoppages. So I'll try and hide that so we're not all confused until they've updated it. Right, 7 minutes left. That is the call. 7 minutes left. Big rolling more here from the Bulls. Right up against the touchline, though. Still going. Still going. Penalty advantage as well coming from Jacobs. Now they use it. Jan Kusten fires out to Creel. Long pass out wide to Buddha Chamberlain. Ball back inside to nobody. And there's a bit of a dump tackle, actually, from Jordan Hendrickson. And they might have a look at this again. This could be another card. If this is another card, then this is an absolute implosion. Yeah, it is going to be a card. Goodness me. Jordan Hendricks has gone to the bin as well. I'm going to have to get creative with how I show this, to be honest. Two yellows and a red. This is an implosion. An absolute implosion from the Sharks. And then they've not found touch of the ball. This is really ridiculous. Edwin Cate is going on a run. Gets away from one. Sharks with 12 men. I mean, the Bulls... Marcel Garcia wins the penalty. If I'm the Bulls, I'm taking the points, to be honest, because they've been that bad. They play against 12 people. 12. I mean, this is absolutely mental. Down to 12. And yet the Bulls still haven't scored in 10 minutes. Then they've been down to 14 for about 10 minutes. Down to 13 for about 7 minutes. And now they've got another 3 minutes of being down to 12. If the Bulls don't win this, it'll be absolutely mental. Well, they've won it back of the Sharks. This is ridiculous. Now, never mind. Now, Marcel Garcia, I mean, Vince Tuchel got in front and won the ball back. Marcel Garcia's now got the ball. Ball available. And it's a turnover ball. It's gone down, not come out. It'll be a Shark scrum with what's left of the team. This is absolutely insane. Insane. I don't understand how the Bulls not scored yet. Surely the Bulls get over the line here. I don't understand how they haven't yet. I mean, some of the most mental parts. I mean, I've never seen this. But achievement, they're going to try to slow the ball game down, yeah, the Sharks. They have to. They have to try and slow this down. I cannot believe how ridiculous this game's been. Managed to get the back of the scrum. Interesting that he's actually packing down at 8. No Pep's lazy. Now he's running around, brought down under a lot of pressure as Managed Tuka. Sharks have the ball though. And over there at the base of the ruck, Tia Mayer goes to the back to Lionel Cornier. Cornier goes towards touch. Will find touch. Very good touch. finder as well, and relieving a lot of pressure. We've got 2 minutes left on the card for Deon Blula. We've still got more than that for Jordan Hendricks, so he'll end the game off. Which actually could be very interesting given the fact that this game could very well go to extra time if the Bulls were to find 3 points. As Andrew's saying, this is bullshit. Take the 3 points, go into extra time, but they decision by the Bulls. I tend to agree, to be honest. I don't see how the Sharks are going to score points with 12 players. You get yourself level and go into extra time, you still got a point advantage. The fact that they haven't scored, I mean, this is mental. Much better line. Marcus Garcia comes off the back, and they go to David Creel. I mean, it's a gutsy effort from the Sharks. I just don't see how they can sustain it over the next 4 minutes. But 90 seconds, just over 90 seconds, they can get back to at least 13. Shark for Nora now. And it's relentless pressure from the Bulls. Another penalty advantage. Maybe they'll take the points now. Take the points and say, right, well, we'll go into extra time with a 2-man advantage anyway. Corson going himself, popping it up to Bruno van der Linden. Pilo Gamedi. Good work being done in the tackle there from Tian Meyer. Big counter coming from the Sharks. And another advantage there. And the whistle does go. Surely you take the points here. Get yourself level and say, right, let's have 2 minutes to give them a crack with 12 players. In fact, if you can get the penalty within the next 40 seconds, for example, they'll still be down to 12. Now they're taking the points. Well, there we go. Andres, they're now taking the points. This is one of the most mental. I mean, to have held out for what? I mean, they've held out for 30 minutes with 14 men, of those 30 minutes, 10 of them have been with 13 men rather, and 3 of them, I reckon, probably about 3 of them have been with 12 men, and yet they haven't conceded a single point, and Jan Goosen will now level the scores, and, well, the only thing from the Sharks is you kick this deep into Bulls territory and see if you can flick your way to a penalty. And he sent it too long as Lionel Cornier. This will be a scrum with about the halfway line. I mean, I said send it deep, but not that deep. This is ridiculous. And it's a scrum on the halfway line. This could be going into extra time. Well, the next one to score the point wins the game, and they're back to at least 13 men, silver linings. So it's just the 1 yellow card now and the red card for the Sharks. Deon Blula back on the park. So just Jordan Hendricks is now sitting lonely on the bench. Francois Fed is back in the dugout. Right, 70 seconds left, then we go into extra time. If they go into extra time, Sharks would start it with 13 men. So, very, very interesting situation at the moment. Really, I don't understand why this data thing isn't. So it is 33 all. This is the problem with flipping Currie Cup, is that the flipping data feeds are so poor. It'll update very shortly, though, to be fair. It does take about 30 seconds, so it'll update very, very shortly. It is 33 all in the 80th minute, basically. Big scrum coming from the Bulls. There's the penalty advantage. Oh, I tell you what, we could have a halfway kick to win this, potentially. Yep, he looked straight at Jan Koos, and I think Jan Koos said, yep, give it to me. Give it to me. That could be it. Halfway line, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. He's going to go for the post here. We still haven't actually... So it is 33-33. Unfortunately, I've got no way of actually showing that because we're waiting on our data feed to kick in. And I don't have a backup, unfortunately. Well, this is the backup one, actually, to be fair. So it's 33-33. Jan Goosen has got 35 seconds to slot this. If he does, the Bulls will win in extra time. Well, extra time being after the whistle, final whistle, not an actual physical. He's missed it. He has missed it. It's gone down the right-hand side. The Sharks will... And we're into extra time. We are into extra time. Oh, my goodness me. Goodness me. This is mental. Absolutely. How the Bulls have not won that, despite being down to 12 men at this stage, is ridiculous. That is, I mean, as the Bulls fan, I'd be kicking myself. I mean, I'd be losing my shit. I mean, a Sharks impressive, but from the Bulls, you're thinking, what the hell is going on? Just down the right-hand side of Jan Goosen. Didn't strike it particularly well. That is, I can't believe we're going to extra time. I don't even know what to do from a clock perspective. I don't know what to do from a score perspective. Oh, 33-33 at full time. Yeah, as I said, I don't know what to do, what to say. This is ridiculous. Right, this team just scored the number of greatest, so the most points after extra time, which 10 minutes each way. And if the score is still level, the team just scored the greatest number of tries after the game and extra time. If that's still level, whoever's in the higher log position will go through, which will be the Bulls, by the way. So in for another 20 minutes. This is freaking ridiculous. Can we get this going? Yeah. I mean, I've been live since Opus 2, people. It's been a long day in the office. That's what, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I've almost been live for 5 hours. We're running on fumes here, ladies and gentlemen. My water's done. I don't know what a beer in yet. Hey, guess what we found, ladies and girls? Guess what we found? We found sustenance. Let's see how the... Oh, that wasn't very... Up. Almost overflowing there. Oh, I cannot believe we're going to extra time. But hey, it is what it is. We continue going. Let's get through this, boys. I'm supposed to be having this beer at the pub down the road. I've literally got people waiting for me. So self. Oh, that tastes nice though. Castle Lager double malt is unmatched. Unmatched. And it's raining possible in the next hour as well. It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. I'm gonna go turn the lights on, by the way. It's become very dark over here over the course of the evening. Ah, that's a bit better. I can actually see what's. Ah, no, dropping glasses. All right. Right, are we ready for extra time? How do I... I've got an idea. Give me 2 seconds. Uh-huh. And here we go. Right, 10 minutes each way into extra time. I'll leave that for now because at the moment my clock's not working. So we're into extra time, first half. Bulls be playing left to right, and to be fair, if this is level, Sharks scored 5 tries, they'll go through. So the Bulls have to win this outright. And they've got a 2-man advantage as well. Right, Kristen goes down the right-hand side with a good clearance. I cannot believe he's still going here. Right, so 46 to extra time. Sharks, by the way, will be down to 30 men for another 4 minutes, after which they'll go back to 40 men. Will not go to more than 40 men because Francois Fenter is a red card. Yep. As Lydia said, extra time not too bad now that freshmen have arrived. Yeah, I actually forgot I had a beer in the fridge, to be honest. Which is needed. Needed. I'm not sure what the blooming hold-up is here. We've got like whatever left of the Sharks players who are on. I mean, imagine, by the way, you got like lads like Vincent Tuka, for example. He's playing into his 81st minute here. A lot of these guys will be playing. It's a good... over the 15 is the call. Well taken by Andre Estehaz, and he's one of them. That's been on here since the beginning. So, Jacobs on and Blielo's off, by the way. Injury there, I think it is. From this. So he'll continue playing Henry Jacobs. Vincent Tuka now. Sharks playing out of their skin considering how many men they're down, and they've been down. Jamin Yukani Arbiter show and go, goes himself. Back to Cornelia in the pocket. He goes to the boot. Down that left-hand side. Evan Kane will give chase, but once again, it's far too far. And I must admit, I've not been particularly impressed with Lionel Cornelia. Take it quickly as Letabile. Not the best clearance from him. It'll be a Sharks line halfway between the 10 and the 22. Jordan has 3 minutes left on his yellow card. Had a bit of an interesting game as Letabile. He's had some nice moments. Look, he's so young. He's 20 years old. Couple of mistakes, couple of nice moments. I think there's a lot of talent in there. I'd be very interested to see what he does. Apparently, he's got to choose, as the Bulls win the line back, between Sevens next year or staying at the Bulls. I don't think he'll get a lot of game time at the Bulls, to be honest. If he could do like a year in the Sevens, I think that would be a decent idea from him. Kicking behind. On the left-hand side to Cunha. Cunha surveying his options. He goes to the boot. And Letabela is going to go back and pick it up here. He fires to Jan Goosen. Goosen pumps it downfield to Andre Estes. He's going on the wing, by the way. And he gets away from one. Runs into Joe Fonzale, I think it is. Now, Fenter goes short to Emmanuel Stuka. They'll really be looking at their bench players now with the Sharks. Now, Trevor goes himself. Nice little line being run there by Educator, but it's shut down well by the Bulls. Bit of space down the left-hand side with Tian Meyer. Gets away from one, ball back inside, and it goes going to go out back to it goes back towards Jan Koos. Turnover ball now for the Bulls. Kubas Visa on the ground. Slick hands from Buddha Chamberlain on the bounce to Shavino Jacobs. He then goes to the boot. I think he's overcooked there. Is that going to stand? It is going to stand up. I'll tell you what, Lionel Cornier is getting there, but he's not cheap as me. He was not in a hurry, was Lionel Cornier. That could have been very, very awkward. A nice kick actually in the end from Shavino Jacobs. I'll tell you what, Lionel Cornier, I don't know if he needed to drop a trailer, but I mean, he was waltzing back here. And he wasn't far off getting there second, actually. Right, Jordan Henderson back. So the Sharks have survived being down to 12 and being down to 13 players and only conceding 3 points. So now it's just the red card. They're back to 14. Lionel Cornier's restart goes to Buddha Chamberlain. He goes to Jan Goosen. Jan Goosen looking for options. Fires out wide. Oh, and knocked on there from Francois Klopper. Not the best pass, it must be said. Yeah, you got to feel sorry for the poor prop. Not the fastest man out there. And it's a bit of a hospital pass, really. Right, Italy's best is on for... well, this isn't on for Francois Fenter. He can't be on for Francois Fenter. So it looks like he's on for... I'm very confused. It's not a 20-minute red card, is it? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it is a 20-minute red card. I'll take it all back. They're back to full contingent. That's wild. Right, well, there we go. 20-minute red card potentially coming in clutch for the Sharks, and the Bulls have missed the opportunity with the numerical advantage. So they're going to have to do it 15 on 15. Right, we're 6 minutes into extra time, by the way. 4 minutes left before we have a break, and then we'll swap sides and go again for another 10 minutes. Cornier lifts it in the air down that left-hand side. As he stay in, it does stay in. But if I'm not getting away from him, he's looking for options as the young scrum off. Goes to Jan Goosen drifting. Nice little wraparound from Buddha Chamberlain, but he's left it behind. Knock on advantage. Now Ethan Hooker gets on it. Pops it up to Andre Esterhuizen. Pops it to James Fenter, who then knocks it forward. This has been mental. Absolutely mental. I mean, this has been one of the most ridiculous red cards, games I've ever seen. Right, so there's a 20-minute red card, by the way. I hate the 20-minute red card. I really do hate the 20-minute red card. I think it is so dumb. I'm not a fan of it at all. Sharks fans will be absolutely loving life because they are back to a full contingent. Right, we're going to have a scrum for the Bulls inside their own half with just over 2.5 minutes left on the clock for the first half of extra time. You've been going for a long time out here, lads. And a free kick now. Obviously can't take a scrum, so they'll probably just pump us downfield. And if this is, however, if this goes the distance and there's no more points being scored, by the way, Sharks will win on virtue of scoring more tries. Now, he's tapped the ning onto the air, Jan Klooster, into the night sky over in Pretoria. And has been very well taken by Cabran Krobler, who then presented well for Tian Meyer. Quinn goes short to Hendrickson. Hendrickson, he's been sitting on the bench for the last 10 minutes, got a bit of energy. Tian Meyer on the right-hand side to Vincent Tuka. Trevor Nyakani now with a bit of space. And Esterhuizen's throwing a pretty poor pass, and it's intercepted, and Gumedi comes away with it. Now Bert van der Linde puts it over the top, and he sends it deep. Right, last minute and a bit of the first half of extra time. And cheap as me. What a match we've had. We're now almost 90 minutes into the game of 100 minutes. And this has been a long grind from the boys. They are inside Sharks territory. It is going to be a Bulls line-out. Just past the halfway line. Good take from Kobus Visa. Jan Goosen goes flat to David Creel. Creel in the midfield. Good tackle there from the Sharks. I had a little bit of switch there for Kobus Visa. He's having a good shot. And he gets the all away to Bernard van der Linde. Bernard van der Linde, has he got a lot of pace? Sintu Manjesi is there. Brought down by Vincent Tuka. That's phenomenal work rate from the Sharks captain. He's been playing for 90-odd minutes. He gets across to make that tackle. Now Buddha Chamberlain goes to Goosen. Now Shavino Jacobs. He goes back aside. He's going to go over. He is going to go over. And the Bulls score in extra time. They take the lead on the brink of half-time of extra time. Kick to come. But that could be the final blow. Ironically, they played against 14. They played against 13. They played against 12. They could only manage 3 points. They're now back to 15 on 15. And they've just managed to score a try and retake that lead. Right, Buddha Chamberlain taking over kicking duties over there. It's first kick off of the match. And I think he's hooked it. He has. No, it's all good. Looked like it was creeping up to the left-hand side, but it is good. Pio Nomlomo is not looking like a happy man. I wouldn't either, to be fair, if I was coach. And we have a quick water, change sides, and off we go again. I mean, spare a thought for the guys who've been on since the beginning. They're on to their 90th minute of rugby. That is mental. This, for me, the Bulls have to get over the line. Yeah, I mean, it'll be the most mental effort of the Sharks to do it. But I just don't see how they do. I'll tell you what, the crowd have got their money's worth. They're seeing a lot more rugby than they thought they would. Looks like I'm leaving. Imagine leaving now. How do you go and watch all of this and then leave in the middle of extra time? A couple of Lions bucket hats, lads. Come on, the lads. Where do you get those? I want one. I need a Lions bucket hat. Where do I get a Lions bucket hat? Right, here we go. Second half of extra time. Minutes 90 to 100 of the game. Our clock is back, by the way, and they've acknowledged that it's extra time. All right, there we go. You can see extra time 93. Hopefully you can see that. 33 points all at full time. It is now 38 points to 33. And a bit of a mistake there from the Sharks. Chatuka there just being bundled out. Good defensive work that from the Bulls. And now it's about game management from the Bulls. They've got... It's actually a 7-point lead. I don't know why. They'll update now. It's actually 40 points to 33. I think the whole extra time thing has really bugged out all the various the points and the clocks and the works. Albert van Linden eventually going to Pilo Gamedi. Now back down the right-hand side. Big counteract though, and the ball has been turned over. And then a penalty comes as well for the Sharks. So they'll be able to get themselves into Bulls territory. James Fenter, I mean, this is your proper fitness. The team that has enjoyed this the most, the Lions. They're busy watching a team having to go 100 minutes. They're absolutely flat on their feet. The Lions have had their feet up. They're 15 brandies deep, about to go to bed. If it's 40-40 full time, Sharks will win on most tries scored. If it were to be, for example, like... It actually can't be, to be fair. If the Bulls were to score... Yeah, I mean, the problem is if it's level after extra time and the amount of tries scored are the same, then it will go down to finish top of the log. But that won't come into play, really. I don't even think mathematics... Oh, cheapest big hit there from Andre Esterhazy, and that's where we've kind of been waiting to see him a bit more. So the Sharks would actually win if it's 40-40 at... then they've knocked it forward, as I say that. They would win at 40-40 because they've scored more tries. Now Letabile goes right to the outside to David Creel. Creel looking for options. Puts it to the leg. Brennan van der Linde has found a bit of space. Is it going to stay in for him? It doesn't stay in for him. It rolls out just in front of the 22. If that had popped up, I think he was probably going to be in there. Taking it quickly as Lionel Cornier, and he sees a bit of space. Looking for that 50-22, which he has found. He's not had the best of games, Lionel Cornier, but he's just clutched up with the 50-22 to give the Sharks A bit of hope with 7 minutes to go. Oh, well, this is a big call. The linesman says outside the 22, and now Cornet is absolutely fuming. AJ Dickens is threatening to penalise him if he keeps complaining. I thought it looked pretty good. That for me is a 50-22. 100% that's a 50-22. Oh, I think that's very, very harsh. I think it's got a good case there, actually. Jan Goosen's nose is once again opened up. Right, he's back up on his feet. This is a big call. I thought that was for 22. I must admit, I thought it was. So I think that he's quite rightfully feeling quite aggrieved as Lionel Cornet. The linesman saying no. Yeah, they've checked it. Sharks ball 50-22. As I said, to me it looked good. To me it looked good. In front of the line, they got a Vincent Tuka. Bester with the ball in hand. Tian Meyer used it. Andreas says and pops it up to Peps Boudelezi in the midfield. Just outside 22 here, the Sharks. Tian Meyer. Harry Jacobs. Loses a bit of momentum. Tian Meyer. 6 minutes left on the clock here. Now Pepsi Boudelezi goes a bit more direct. Not really going over the advantage line here. The Sharks need somebody to try and find a half break or something. And Emmanuel Stuka is looking to do just that as he carries the ball into 22. Still going. Good leg drive from Emmanuel Stuka. He's gained about 10 meters there. Vincent Tuka now carrying it up. He's been absolutely heroic for the Sharks. And Litle Bester was coming on in a good run, but he's overrun it, and it's been turnover ball here. Vera van der Linde. No. Knock on is the call. Knock on Sharks. It'll be a Bulls scrum. And the youngster, the ace under 20 centre, was coming at pace. Just got the timing wrong. And had he got that, I think he was probably over. Doc Manorian are getting a bit of treatment. Ba, ba, da, ba. Right, another break in play here. I mean, look at some of the boxes, which looks like some of the boxes aren't empty. Right, so it's gonna be a scrum here for the Bulls. Dylan Smith's back on the park, by the way, in place of Jacques van Rooyen, who once again replaces his Lions teammate. He's holding his fingers, a bit of a weird one, yeah. Big scrum this year from the Bulls. A penalty, for example, gets them a free clearance. The Sharks would be... a penalty for the Sharks. Be interesting to see what they do, to be honest. Well, to be fair, they go for the scrum, because if they tie this, then they win. On try scored. BITDEFENDER goes on the left-hand side. Will Chamberlain swings it out to Shrino Jacobs. He used that left boot. It's not his best kick, though. And you can see frustration from his teammates. BITDEFENDER in particular, I don't think he's particularly happy with that. It'll be a Sharks line between the 10-meter and the 22. Not out of danger yet. Good line that for Karan Krobler. Looking for the rolling more of the Sharks. Tired legs up there for both teams. Once is the call. Now, Ethan Best needs to try and get that ball out. Still going. 152 tackles the Bulls have had to make. And Emmanuel Stu comes away with it inside the 22. Good work from the Sharks. Shrino Jacobs at scrum off. Andre Estes goes to Ethan Hooker. So carry from him. Tian Man looking for options. Goes short to James Fenter. Manuel Stuka now. Gets up and once again. Still going as Manuel Stuka. Inside the 22. 4 minutes left on the clock here. Ethan Bester now. And penalty advantage. Another advantage for all sides, yeah. Big call here from the Sharks. Pick up and go from Shrino Jacobs. They've got a free roll of the dice yet. But they need a conversion to try, really. Hendrickson now on the outside. Throws it back inside. And we'll go back for the penalty. And they'll go to the corner here with the Sharks. Unless maybe they go for the scrum. I don't know. You go to the corner. They need a converted try. Well, he took it quickly and he's over. Yeah, he's not particularly happy as Andre Esterhuizen. All right, puts it into touch. Right, big moment here for the Sharks. They've got just over 2.5 minutes. They need a converted try. Andre Esterhuizen is there telling them what's what and what. Right, looking for the rolling more. They've gone backwards here. Once is the call, they've gone well backwards here of the Sharks. Bester needs to get this out here. Tian Meyer is there waiting for it. He goes short to Edwin Cater. Now Jacobs getting away from one. Jacobs is just short. Meyer goes to James Fenter. He's had a really good game. Penalty advantage tackle on rolling. Trevor Nyakane shows the dummy and goes himself. Trevor Nyakane is over. Kick to come. But that could be the Sharks into the final. And that's his first Currie Cup try. That's mental. For a player like he's been playing, I mean, he's been playing the Currie Cup as Trevor Nyakane. He would have played for Cheetahs for many years. Would have played for Bulls for many years in the Currie Cup. "35 years old, scoring his first," and this is all of it, eh? Lionel Cormier. 10 seconds left. Less than a minute on the clock. I think he's done it as well. He has done it. 40 points apiece. Well, 40 seconds left. I mean, this is absolutely mental if the Sharks do it. What a try as well. Sitting down with a player, then getting over. This could be absolutely huge. Right, 30 seconds left, and they go down short. And they've won it back. Has he been taken out in the air? Time off. This could be very, very interesting. This could be a penalty. Cabran Cobbler's gone to the air. He's been taken out in the air is what he's calling. No, actually, I think he's taken the man out in the air. Which means it could be a penalty for the Sharks. For the Bulls. We're right up against the touchline. Not really kickable. Yellow card 19, penalty for the Bulls. Yeah, this game has had so much drama. It's actually getting a little ridiculous. Back to... No, not a red card. We'll get there in the end. Back to 40 men for the Sharks. 30 seconds left. It's not really kickable. It's right up against the touchline. So they're going to have to go for the corner here. The Sharks will go through 40-40 because they've scored more tries. They've scored 6 tries to the Bulls 4. If it's then still the same after that, if they were to score the same amount of tries, then it would go to long position, which would be the Bulls. Is he going to do it? He is going to try. He is going to have a go here, will the Bulls? Well, this is to seal it. If Buddha Chamberlain nails this, the Bulls are through. Well, I like the confidence. And he's missed... He's missed a really easy one when he was back at the Sharks. So it'd be very interesting to see if he were to nail this and dump them out of the Currie Cup in the final seconds of the second half of extra time. Just think about that statement. To make himself a Bulls hero just months into his Bulls contract, 36 meters out. Probably about 40 on the angle. It's not going to get there. It's not going to get there. And the Sharks will go into the Currie Cup final in what will go down as the most mental Currie Cup semi-final ever. Heartbreak for Buddha Chamberlain. Absolute elation for the Sharks. I mean, down to 14, down to 13, down to 12, down to 14 again. And they have managed to pull through. That is one of the most ridiculous games of rugby you will ever see. Well, people, thank you for joining me. I'm exhausted for a start. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, people, thank you very much for joining us over the day. It's been a mental watch long. It's been a mental day. We will see you guys all very, very soon. We'll be live, obviously, next weekend. We've got international rugby back, and we have got a Currie Cup final, which is going to be a lot of fun. That'll be at Ellis Park next weekend. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. And, yeah, we'll see you guys all next